Mangalam Bhagavan Vishnuhu, Mangalam Garudadvajaha, Mangalam Pundarikakshaha, Mangalaya Tano Harihi. Satyanarayana Vratha Katha, Chapter 1. Suta Maharishi told to sages like Shaunak and others that he would narrate them whatever Lord Narayana told to sage Narada. Sage Narada wandered through different worlds and came down to the earth. People on the earth were suffering from various difficulties due to their destiny. Immediately, Sage Narada proceeded towards Vaikunth and described to Lord Vishnu about the conditions on the earth. The sufferings of people can be reduced by performing Satyanarayana Puja with lots of devotion, said Lord Vishnu. This puja can be performed by the devotee on any day he desires with devotion. After performing puja to Lord Narayana, a prasad made of semolina, sugar, milk, ghee and bananas must be presented before the Lord. Suitable donations must be made to the priests and others, and the devotee must have his prasad. Chapter 2. There were devotees in the past who have performed this puja and attained salvation. Then Lord Vishnu started narrating this story. Once there lived a poor Brahmin in the beautiful city of Kashi. He lived by begging. He rarely used to receive alms, but he was a great devotee of Lord Narayana. Lord Vishnu appeared before him as an aged Brahmin and suggested to him to perform Satyanarayana Puja to reduce his sufferings. Hearing it, the next day, with the help of the alms he received, the poor Brahmin performed the Satyanarayana Puja with great devotion. From that day onwards, his sorrow came to an end and finally he attained salvation. Once, while the Brahmin was performing this puja, a thirsty woodcutter put his load outside and participated in the puja activities and stayed back to listen to the benefits of the puja. He later on quenched his thirst and accepted the prasadam. The next day, he decided to do the puja with the money he got by selling the wood. He received double profit on that day and performed the puja. He gained wealth and happiness. Chapter 3. A king called Ulkamukha and his wife called Bhadrashila were great devotees of the Lord. The couple performed Satyanarayana Puja on the banks of a river. This was noticed by a businessman who had come there for trade. He asked for the details about this vrata. He came to know they were issueless and so performed the Satyanarayana Puja to beget a child. The businessman returned to his wife called Leelavati after receiving the prasad and explained the benefits of the vrata and decided to perform the puja if they beget a child. Because of the divine prasad, Leelavati became pregnant and gave birth to a girl child. She came to be called Kalavati. Kalavati grew up into a beautiful lady. Leelavati reminded her husband about the vrata, but he postponed the event and decided to perform the puja during Kalavati's marriage. When Kalavati came to be of marriageable age, a handsome boy from the city of Kanchana was chosen and was married in a grand ceremony. The businessman did not perform the Satyanarayana Vratha even during the marriage. He, along with the son-in-law, went for trade. This made Lord Satyanarayana angry. The businessman reached a city called Ratnasara and was trading there. One day, certain dacoits looted the royal wealth belonging to the king, Chandraketu, and left it near the place where the businessman was trading and ran away. The royal guards mistook the businessman for a thief and put him behind bars. Meanwhile, his wife and daughter were also robbed in their house. His wife and daughter were wandering for food hither and thither. One day, Kalavati went to a house where Satyanarayana Puja was being performed and accepted the prasad given. She told her mother about the puja and the two of them performed the Satyanarayana Puja with great devotion. As the puja was done, the Lord appeared in the dream of the king and convinced him that the businessmen in the prison were not thieves. Immediately, they were released and given more wealth by the king. Chapter 4. Even after passing through such difficulties, the businessman did not realize his mistake. The Lord appeared before them as a sannyasi and inquired them about the content in the boat. The businessman thought that the sannyasi might rob him and lied that there was nothing but leaves and creepers in the boat. Later, they completed their routine work and came to their boat to find only leaves and creepers in it. He realized his mistake and met the sannyasi again and surrendered to him. The Lord appeared in his usual form and informed them that they had to face these difficulties since they had not performed the Satyanarayana Puja. Finally, the traders decided to perform the puja and found that the boat was again filled with their wealth. Finally, they traveled back to their city. The message of their arrival was sent to their family. At this time, they were listening to the Vratha Katha of Lord Satyanarayana. In her eagerness to meet her husband, Kalavati ignored taking the prasad of the Lord and went to meet her husband. Since she ignored the prasad, the Lord Sire had made the boat disappear. Kalavati was so pained and she decided to end her life. Immediately, there was an Akashavani that told her the reason for disappearance of the boat. She pleaded forgiveness of the Lord and took the prasad. When she returned, she was happy to find her husband along with the boat. The entire family related all the events that had happened to their kith and kin. From then on, they never failed to conduct the Satyanarayana Puja on every full moon day in the evening time. They all lived happily ever after. Chapter 5. Once a king named Angadwaja went hunting in the forest. Feeling tired, he rested under a tree. There certain people were performing Satyanarayana Puja. The king did not go to the venue of the puja or accept the prasad given to him. This made the Lord angry. The king received the news that his children had expired and he had lost all his wealth. Then the king realized his mistake and participated in the Satyanarayana Puja organized under the tree and accepted the prasad given happily. As a result, the king got his children back alive and all his lost wealth too. From then on, he performed the Satyanarayana Puja often and lived happily ever after. Performing Satyanarayana Puja, accepting the Lord's prasad, and listening to the Vratha Katha will bring good health, wealth, prosperity, fulfillment of wishes, and eternal happiness. Thus ends the Vratha Katha. Om Namo Satyanarayana.